Hello everyone. Today I am going to make something on the Digitakt alone, and the idea for this video is to combine a few techniques that I really like, some of which I use outside of Electron machines and some that are unique to Electron. So stuff that I used to like, that I like is random sounds, sound discovery as opposed to sound design. For instance, in the DAW I use Microtonic for that a lot and Silent One, but all Electron machines, as far as I know, have this randomized function. At least the ones that I own have it, so that's one I'm going to use. As well as Polymeter, which is a really favorite thing of mine and is something that appears in a lot of music, especially in techno, but also other genres. And things like Conditional Trigs, which are pretty much unique to the Electron way, so to speak. Anyway, the Digitakt has 8 channels, it should be enough, 8 tracks, it should be enough to make something. And before we get started, just a little reminder of the fact that I am still giving away my Too Many DFAM Kicks sample pack. Check that out in the video description while you are liking and subscribing, of course. And another announcement I want to make before we get into it is that tomorrow, September 21st, will be the release of my EP Steam on Cortex Recordings. I shall link to that in the description as well. It'll be live on all the major platforms for streaming, DJ stores, as well as SoundCloud, and I'm putting them on YouTube as well. So keep an eye out for that, 2 new tracks that I'm excited about. Anyway, enough talk, enough plugging of my stuff. Let's get into it. And first track, all the tracks, no sounds loaded, except here for some reason. Let's get rid of that. Okay, first track, function, level data dial, means I'm in the sound menu. And if I filter for favorites, I actually saved three sounds, trying to talk here, 3 sounds, 1 kick and 2 sub basses that I favorited. This is the start of my effort to save more sounds. I've been making a lot of stuff and not saving the sounds. I've been saving the patterns and everything, but not the sounds. So I shall have to go back and find the stuff I like and make it available and save myself some time. But like I said in a video before, I've been just practicing a lot of sound design with the Electron machines and just starting from scratch every time. But something is to be said for saving your favorites, of course, to make the workflow a little bit quicker. So this one called Vanilla Kick. I don't know if you can read it, but it says Vanilla Kick. And decent enough dry kick. I have something called Vanilla Sub and something called Super Sub. Of course, Super Sub sounds more attractive, so let's go for that one. And remember, I have a little bit too much drive distortion on that one. Okay. For this, I like to use the step recording feature, which is new, relatively new, came out a few months ago, I think. Record button and a stop button, and then with the function you can get to choose the pitch for each step. So let's start on the root. Step 2, maybe really high up. And let's copy that one. Copy, paste, paste, paste. Okay, yeah. Nice and hectic sounding. Okay, so far so good. That's sort of the predictable stuff. I was talking about interesting stuff like random sound design, Polymeter, and Conditional Trigs. So let's get into it. Random sound design, really easy on the Digitakt, or sound discovery. Selecting track 3 here. Source, yes, randomizes the source page. I'll dial back the level of the track so as not to hurt everyone's ears. I was right to do that because this is quite loud. Now I can randomize the filter as well. Doesn't always do something. Pretty much sounds the same. Now let's engage the low pass. Maybe this one. Let's randomize the amp page as well. So that'll mess with the amp envelope and the effects. That's really strange. And loud. Maybe get rid of the delay. Let's just record it. Let's make this a longer sequence. Function yes makes this enables us to set the length for the individual sequence. I think a shortcut for this is pressing the page button, and that changes the length. Maximum length I will set to infinite. Okay, so now I can make a 2-bar pattern for this. Nope. I'll engage the metronome here. Metronome is on. This is screaming for Polymeter. So I'm going to the page again here for the track length, and let's try 30 steps. So that's a multiple of 3, which means that instead of playing 2 bars made of 16 steps, it's going to play the first bar 16 steps and then 14 of the other one. That together makes 30. Let's see what, and that'll keep looping and shifting relative to the kick and the sub bass. So let's see what that sounds like. Well, to be honest, not great. Let's see. I think let's change these. Maybe like so. So what I'm going for here, as you may notice, is this sort of continuous 3 against 4 rhythm. And I'm doing it wrong here because after this step, the next page, it immediately starts. Don't want that. I think it needs to be this. That one's not engaged. Yeah. And then the final thing is there is a way to shift all the steps, but I'm not sure how to do it. This will change the micro timing. Don't want that. There is a way to shift all of them, but you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to do it manually. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 25, and so on and so on. There's some filter envelope going on. Interesting. LFO on that. Filter LFO. It's been done before, but why not? And yeah, let's get some delay in there anyway, after all, in spite of not doing it before. Ping pong width. Where's the delay? Needs filtering. Very neat, very handy this. You press function, remove the time control of the delay, and it steps between musical values, subdivisions. So 1/8 dotted, for instance. Actually, there's another effect I'm going for here, which is, let's give this, make a step here. Sorry for my English, it's a little bit defunct today. A lower volume step. Let's put that after every step that's already there. There we go. Okay, so that is some random sound design and Polymeter. And we're only on track 3. Oh my god, track 4. What is great about randomizing the source page is that it doesn't affect the tuning, but it does affect the play direction and whether it loops or not. And a lot of time looping sounds can be really cool with also randomized start, length and loop parameters. I'm just going to make one long step here. Trig page length. I thought maybe with function button I can get a nice round value like 16 steps. No. Okay. Just to be on the safe side, let's give it some high pass. Safe as in I don't want to muddy up the low end too much. Although if I ever decide to take this into Ableton Live and make a full track out of it, I will of course be mixing and paying attention to that kind of stuff. Track 5. Sorry about that. Track 5. Again, this is looped, which gives it an interesting characteristic. Let's use it. So far, so good. Maybe I had the right idea. Okay, 3 tracks left. Let's make some hi-hats and cymbals and stuff, but using random sounds. It's only a matter of time before you get some noisy stuff when you randomize. Like this, for instance. Oh dear. Didn't mean to adjust that one. Okay. Hi-hats, 16th notes. They need to be louder. Or maybe shakers. Pretty harsh sounding. That's better. It's now the time for some conditional trigs. One thing we could do, which is a little bit complicated to set up, but is work with retrigs, which would be called ratchets or note repeats or beat repeats in other systems. Retrig, length, quarter note, rate. Okay, that's fine. So I set this up as a retrig. Doesn't change anything because it repeats as 16th notes, but the next note is playing. However, if I get rid of that next note, it keeps playing because it retrigs to replace that note. So that can be used for cool stuff like random sounds. Explaining is difficult, let me just show it. So for instance, if on this one I go to the trig menu and make it conditional with a percentage chance, I need to scroll to the left or counterclockwise, I don't know, less than 50%, 33% chance of hitting, but copy this one. Now this is going to retrig 16th notes if this is not playing. So 2 out of 3 times trig number 3 won't play because it's conditional at 33%. But if it doesn't play, this has to retrig 16th notes, which you can see here. Retrig engaged, rate 1/16. So the beat, the shaker rhythm will keep going if this doesn't play, and if it does play, I shall make it 30-second. So now we should hear approximately 1 in every 3 times that the pattern repeats 30-second notes on this beat. Let's see if I'm right. And if it doesn't happen, it'll just continue normally, even though this trick isn't trigging. Okay, there it goes. Now it keeps playing, keeps playing, keeps playing. There it goes. Okay, so that's nice. So this combination is useful. So these steps, this has the retrig, this has the retrig, and the conditional 33%. I'm going to copy these. Let's put it here. Not here, but here and here. And I think you can even do some sort of fade with retrig, with the velocity. Well, I'm not going to mess with that. Just going to do it like so. With the high pass filter, a little bit higher frequency. Okay, 2 tracks left. Well, that's nice sound. Okay, let's do it. Awful timing as usual. Maybe a little bit more bit reduction. No. Reverb. Let's make the reverb tail a little bit longer. A little bit of high pass. For some reason this is extremely loud, this sound. Okay, we have this. Final one. So we've had Polymeter, Conditional Trigs, Random Sound Design. Maybe some more Polymeter. Yeah, the delay is going on for too long. Okay. Or is that the... Something is going to come. I fixed it. Okay. Okay, so that is a noisy sound. Let's make this just a single backwards or forwards playing thing. Forwards. Okay. Maybe a 5/4 pattern. Just a little experiment here. This and this. Page length 5/16. Yeah. Something like that. Very loud. I sometimes don't realize how loud certain sounds are when I'm in the midst of creating things like this. Anyway, that's our 8 tracks. Let's do a little jam just to finish things off. First of all, let me just function yes. Save the pattern. Okay, go to the mute mode. Okay, just have that unmuted, and let's bring in some stuff and make it a little jam, and that'll be all for today. Here we go. something like that. So that's it for today. Some techniques on the Digitakt. I hope this was useful or at least entertaining, or neither. But if you enjoy it, let me know. If you don't enjoy it, let me know too, what I can improve. Open to comments, interested in having a discussion. In any case, thank you very much for watching. I shall see you on the next one. Bye bye.